Hey, this is Tim with Big Squid RC, and I'm here to show you something new from the folks at Redcat. Say hello to the Ascent 18 Scout 2. The folks at Redcat have shrunk the Gen 8, kind of, the body, and they've put it on top of their very popular, very capable, very fun, and I speak from experience, Ascent 18 platform. So let's take a closer look at what you can expect to find under the hood of this little truck. Before I get too deep into the truck itself, let's just go over real quick what you're going to find in the box of your Ascent 18 Scout 2. Of course, you're going to get your bag of stuff. It's going to have your instruction manual, very, very thin manual from the looks of it. A battery charger for the 2S LiPo battery that is included. And then you get some various chassis items. Looks like different body posts, so if you don't like the Scout, you can swap out the body for something more of your liking. You also get a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. It's the same transmitter, I believe, that is with the monster truck, and definitely the same one that comes with the Ascent 18, the classic crawler. Now onto the truck itself. As you can see, it's a very well replicated replica of the Scout 2 from International Harvester. Looks like the same body used on the Gen 8, V1 and V2. So you have clear windows, you can see the interior, so you could probably put an interior in here if you wanted to. Up front, we have an injection molded hard plastic grille. We have clear headlight lenses, and we do also have headlights and taillights in this rig. Redcat did a great job replicating the full-size bumper, or at least their 10th scale bumper from the Gen 8. You're going to see that on here. A couple differences, though. You're not going to get the LED light buckets like you have on that larger model, and you also do not have toe shackle mounting positions there. So you're missing out on a few things, but again, if you have access to a 3D printer, or you're just creative enough, you can craft your own stuff. This should be an easy enough item to swap around. Taking a look at the side, great job on the profile. So nice job there. On to the back. It's the back of a Scout. The Scout 2 is a huge, huge vehicle. And again, you get that sense with this 18th scale replica. Very nice job on the rear bumper. Again, it's a injection molded, harder plastic bumper, nylon, so it's going to take some beatings and hold up quite well. You have the inlay indented part of the back of the Scout 2. This is in nylon as well, or a harder plastic. But that said, I do understand what Redcat did, making this a nylon plastic rather than just leaving it to be polycarbonate. This actually serves as the brace for the rear mounting mechanism. So you want to have that nice and sturdy, nice and durable. And you don't want to risk breaking or cracking this body. So again, good job. I can look past that. Wheels, tires, very nicely replicated. Wheels, they are what they are. They're a multi-spoke chrome colored, chrome finished wheel. They are glued onto these tires. These tires, I will say, feel fantastic for a stock RTR tire on a small scale rig. They feel like they have quite a bit of grip. They're very, very soft. They are Interco Super Swamper tires. So if you like that style of tire, you have 4 of them on this rig. But of course, if you want to swap these out for something else, there are many, many options out there for many, many vendors. So the nice thing about this truck following the Ascent 18 platform is the Ascent 18, because it is so popular, it has a lot of aftermarket support. Therefore, you're going to get a lot of aftermarket options. Beyond that, you also have wheel and tire options from other 18th scale and 124th scale crawlers to choose from as well. So there's a lot out there, a lot of really cool ways to customize this truck, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this even more and making it truly my own. Now, we've talked about the outside. Looks very nice. Let's take a look under the hood. So like the Ascent 18 crawler, we have that pop-up from the rear body latch. Up front, there's that actual hooking latch mechanism. I'll show you that in just a little bit as well. They have made a slight adjustment based off of how that works and how that is set up on the Ascent 18. Looking under the body at the chassis, slightly a different chassis on this model versus what we would find on the Ascent 18. Has a longer rear section to support that bumper, and actually I'm happy to see that this is all metal, so this frame actually extends backwards. It would have been very easy for Redcat just to take the, I guess, cheaper way out and ending the metal chassis where it would end and just extending it with plastic, but they've done a really nice job extending that metal portion and then bolting on the nylon bumper and bumper mounts that way. Look up front, you have this additional tray, as you do on the Ascent 18 Classic. Nice thing also is if you look at how these shocks are mounted or where the shocks are mounted, if you are into more performance crawling and you want to play around with the suspension, mounting, the geometry, all those things, you have plenty of options with this stock chassis. You don't have to go out and buy an aftermarket chassis. You have plenty of mounting hole positions to choose from for both the front and the rear shocks. So that's really nice to see. I mentioned up front you get a 2S LiPo battery that is included. 2-in-1 radio and ESC back here. And then the half exterior, half interior shocks with the aluminum caps. The bodies are plastic, but that's fine. Again, it's something that you could upgrade down the road if you wanted to. Looking at the front of the vehicle, it's a overall very lightweight vehicle, but again, you have options to upgrade. You can add weight as you see fit. Looking at the front, we have plastic steering linkage, plastic suspension and chassis linkage underneath. This does have portal axles, as does you guessed it, the Ascent 18. So a lot of the Ascent 18, that classic, that original model, carries over onto this, which I love to see because that Ascent 18 is a fantastic vehicle out of the box. Honestly, you put a little front end weight on it, you slow down the gearing a little bit, or slow down the motor speed a little bit, and you have a fantastic crawler just like that. And even out of the box, it is really, really good. So when you have that really, like I said, fantastic stock experience with these stickier tires, I think you're going to be in for a fun treat right out of the box. Speaking of the tires, just to give you an idea of size difference, so these are the ones off of the Ascent 18. These are slightly taller, not by much. All right, I have the Ascent 18 original body on the left. On the right is the new Scout 2 Ascent 18 body. And looking specifically at how that body mounts to the front, that front latch or that front bar, the Ascent 18, I thought it was a great mounting system. However, the more I used it, the more I noticed that this front end is very, very flexible. And I found that the body would pop off either just through picking it up the wrong way or out driving it, and it would just pop off very, very easily. I don't think you're going to run into that with the Scout 2 variant. As you can see, they've made a little bit of an adjustment. So here's your hooking area. And then you also have this other piece that's going to sit in right in there. So it's going to give you a little extra support. Plus, with this front bumper and this reinforced front grille, there is not a lot of flex going on with this body. Even though it is polycarbonate Lexan, it's a very solid body overall, and you're not going to run into some of those issues that you may have run into with the Ascent 18 crawler. So there you have it, a first look and overview of the Redcat Ascent 18 Scout 2. I'm really excited to see this model get out into hobbyists' hands. Add a little bit of weight, And like I said, you slow that motor down, you have a fantastic, fantastic machine. Or you throw a brushless system in it and you let it rip. That works too. The Ascent 18 Scout 2 retails for $149.99. That is a steal for what you get. Lexan polycarbonate body. It's going to be durable. It's going to hold up. Has a lot of customization options, even though it is not a hard body. And I know there are some hard body 18 scale models out there. This one, I think, will hold its own just as well as those others. Full ball bearings throughout, worth mentioning that as well. Some other models don't have that. What else do you have here? Portal axles, brushed motor, tons of support, decent price. What's not to love? So if you love small scale crawling and you want something that's a little more trail and scale oriented, this might be a perfect option for you. Be sure to check out bigsquidrc.com. We'll have more information on this truck. And also head over to redcatracing.com to learn more about the Ascent 18 Scout 2.